But we're going to be live on YouTube vertically, horizontally, and we're on Twitch. So whatever, we'll be trying to do it a little different today. We're going to, try to see what we can do here. Alright, pop out the chat. Gotta take a little finagling. Let's go ahead and hop in. What's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Instead of saying stream starts soon, I think we're streaming. We're already streaming. We know to take it out on our. What's up, Rosie? Oh, you have the flu? That's rough. Primarily dark, like if Bob Ross was possessed. Oh, I love the sound of that, Obscura. With that kind of description, I'm gonna go to your channel and subscribe. I just subscribe to your channel, Obscura. Cosmic Horror, Surreal Speed Paints. I don't know if you realize, but I'm a horror film director, by the way. Give us a subscribe, Obscura. If you like horror films, I've directed a few of them. Hey Siri, turn the big light down to 10%. Hey Siri, make the big light teal. Yeah, very cool. Hey Siri, turn the big light up to 20%. Alright, would love a sub. Would love a sub. Okay, so we gotta get the vertical chat going and regular chat going. So this is vertical chat, but this is really the vertical stream, maybe. Oh, we can just change that. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm just trying to get all this put together. Okay, there we go. There's our chat. Boom, there's our vertical chat. Yeah, Obscura, we also have a Discord. We weren't schizo. You were just in both chats somehow. That sounds really cool, Obscura. Oh yeah, I put the, you can't see both chats on the screen right now? What's going on with that? Oh, I see why. There we go. I'm sorry, Flag. Thank you. You should have told me that you couldn't see the chat. Sorry about that. I'm working with this new setup here, so we're just trying to get it all. The white chat is the vertical YouTube chat. The blue chat is our horizontal chat, both Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, if you can't tell who I'm talking to, that's what it is. Oh, and then we have to get this up here for that chat to be live. So there we go. What's up, everyday nerd? It's nice to have you back. What's up, bro B7? How are you? What's up, Megan Markey? Nice to have you into the chat. Join in the chat. Okay, so we're gonna try something new this week. So if this is a video, no, we don't want a video capture. Let's do 1 second. Vert draw. Okay, alright. Maybe not a browser source, huh? We want to do a window. Just your everyday nerd, how you been? Welcome back. What's up with you? Anything new? How are you? Been making any art? Oh, this is another browser. I don't want a browser. I just need a regular Boom. Okay, y'all, we're getting closer. Thank you for the hearts. It's very nice. Okay, so we have to run a filter here. Y'all be patient with me. I got 3 streams running at one time. And once we get them all connected, we'll be cooking. But it just takes a second. I appreciate y'all being patient with me. It is 6:15. We will probably be rocking and rolling by 6:20 at the very latest. If you're on the vertical stream, we're also on a horizontal stream on YouTube as well as Twitch. So if you want to join the YouTube on YouTube or the Twitch, we also have a Discord here. If you're an artist and you'd like to share some of your art with the community, that would be cool too. Okay, so let's do 225, 215. Okay, from the top, let's do 175, 55, 165. Okay, 170, and then from the right, let's do 300. I'm just cropping the stream. If you're on the other stream, you'll see me working here. It'll be about another 2 minutes. Thank y'all for being patient. 535. You've ever cropped things in streaming software, you'll know the battle I'm dealing with right now. It's such a pain in the butt, but that's what it is. Okay, there we go. Remember these numbers. Now, it's gonna get special now. It's a little soft. Make sure we're focused there. How does that look? Does that look pretty good? How's that quality look? Look good or bad? I can't really tell. Maybe we need some more light. Does that help at all? Hi, Rosie. Sorry I didn't get to chat much. You have links to your movies here. Filming our second one was June. I do. If you search my name, Gabriel Saint, on IMDb, or you could just Google Gabriel Saint director. Shouldn't be too tough to find. Oh, I see. There's just a. There's a delay between my video here, y'all. We're gonna have to rethink this. But here, look. You know what, Obscura? If you just go to GabrielSaint.com, I'll put it in the chat here. Oh, you're not gonna. You can't. Oh, maybe you can see it on the YouTube chat. All right, so we're gonna ex-nay this double window thing because the quality wasn't quite cooking. All right, so y'all you'll have to get you'll have to watch behind the scenes. While I move this drawing. right, so we'll have to see how that looks for everyone. It's got to be a little better, huh? All right, let me check. If anybody's in the vertical chat, does that look okay? Are we okay with that change? What's up, Moonfleck? This is how you draw now? Tell me more about what you mean, Moonfleck. You mean this freeform drawing, or you mean on a canvas? What you mean? Where does it need to go? Oh, no, this way? All right, y'all, I'm just still getting set up. So we'll probably mostly live here in this shot. Nice close up. Make sure we're focused. Yeah, that's gonna be better. I thought we would be able to get the vertical thing on here, but apparently I was wrong. All right, y'all. Let's get to cooking. What's up, user KG? Welcome to the chat. Oh no, I got you. Premiere back at Halloween. Hey, I kind of remember you. Maybe it's from our premiere back at Halloween. I remember checking these out. Very cool. Hold up. According to Google, you are Gabriel Saint. It's a filmmaker specializing in elevated horror genres, spent known for writing, directing, producing. That's pretty cool. Thank you, internet. Oh, you think we met, Obscura? It's all good. Nobody can spell right. Been a writer and a movie since before my brother was born. Well, thanks for noticing, Flag. I told you, I'm an uncle. I'm straight up unk status. What's up, Amelia Bedelia? Welcome to the chat. Always putting me on blast. Okay, so which one of these chats needs to come off? That one. We can turn it back up and put it up here. Oh, I guess we see the emotes in there too. We don't need this one. Okay, we don't have it there. Whoop. All right, from this to this. So this is our widescreen where we chat a little bit, and this is our shot here. That'd be fine. You can talk to me in a chat. Oh, very cool, Obscura. Well, I appreciate you noticing. I'm glad that we have a similar aesthetic. Yeah, your art seems very cool. Your YouTube page also looks awesome, dude. Congratulations. I'm trying to get my YouTube channel up. Your YouTube channel's on a whole other level, dude. That shit's awesome. I have to sit down and dig through it a little more. Can't really do it while I'm on stream, but it looked very impressive nonetheless. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's get this party started. Sharpen a couple of these pencils. So y'all tell me, how are you today? How you been? How was your week? What's new with you? Any new creative stuff that you've been up to? How are you? What's going on? What's new? What's old? What's blue? Okay, so I need to be a little more this way. So enough. A little bit more. Just trying to make sure. Yeah, tell me how you are. Welcome back to the chat. Thanks for being part of the community. I talked to you. Oh, back to the thing. All right, so we're gonna do a two-handed portrait today. Just write and draw fan art. Flag says, meanwhile, I just write and draw fan art of two people who canonically hate each other kissing and being in love. Hey, that's the hook of every great story. All right, y'all, here we go. Ready for this? Does it tell me how many? Okay, here we go. And we might do some. Some figure drawings later. But right now, we're just gonna warm up with some faces. So you gotta tell me in the chat when you see the face. There we go. That's a pretty good start, huh? Dig in there. Sighs and gazes upon my tower of cola and zero. Well, I need to pull the song down. Alright. What's been up with y'all? Tell me how you been. How's your week? Anything new in pop culture? Have you been playing any new games or making any new art or listening to any new music or shows or anything like that? What's new with everyone? Have you been making art? Any kind of new art you've been working on that we can hear about? Would love that. Okay, so that's a pretty good start. Yeah. I gotta jiggle around so much. Okay, so that come together pretty quickly. Okay, doesn't it? Like this, something like that. Got to use a couple of these. Oh, there it is. Like that. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, yeah. We was gonna do something different today, but couldn't get my iPhone communicating with my computer very well today. All right, what do we think about that? That's not too bad. Pretty good start. All right, so let's smudge it around. So I'm just using a paper towel now. We're just smudging. I'm gonna switch hands just cause, I don't know, just cause I can. All right, when you smear that charcoal around, you see it gets you a nice little like middle area, a nice little soft. He looks distinguished. Well, thank you, Obscura. Maybe I should have put a bow tie on him. I also do some figures too, so instead of just portraits, maybe we'll do some figures while we're streaming tonight. And now I'm just using an eraser, like a gum eraser. Just this kind of stretchy eraser. Maybe you've seen it before. But you know, I'm using it like almost like white charcoal. You know, so it's kind of like reductive. Or a distinguished fella. Okay, something like that. Something like that. It's not too bad. And then let's like find some even brighter highlights to just define this a little more. Something like that. We want some high contrast areas here in his eyes. So we'll do something like that there, and then we'll bring some more of that dark back with. So now I'm just going to try to make like the darkest parts of the drawing. The darkest parts of the drawing kind of like force the viewer to kind of focus on certain parts of the drawing. So wherever you put the highest contrast, and this is true in filmmaking and music and photography and everything in life, I guess, but the more contrast you have, the more it pulls attention from your viewers. Now I'm going to use like an electric eraser here to kind of pull out these little highlights in the eyes, one of these guys. And there's our first face. What do you think? Whoa. Let me see what's happening. Are we not at the bottom here? How come my stream isn't, or my stream chat isn't refreshing? Let me see. What up? Let me see something here. Amelia says, look. Alright, let me make sure we got all our streams back together. Okay, so that's our first face of the evening. Let's see some details. What do you think about it? How you like those details? Alright, let's keep cooking. Distinguished gentleman, huh? Well, let's do a distinguished gentle lady. This time, maybe, if we can. Obscura digs it. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, we're going to do another one. Okay. Okay, something like that. That was kind of wild. Let's get in there. What do you think? Alright, so now let's add some shadows maybe. Let's do it a little backwards from usual, see what happens. Okay. Something like this. You know, and I'm not trying to be too picky about what I draw. You know, I want to leave it loose and unrefined, and I also don't want to feel any pressure when I'm drawing, like emotional stress. I just want to relax and have a nice time, so that when I'm drawing the picture, I try not to kind of like decide what it should look like or dictate the overall image, and kind of just let the picture kind of unfold in front of me in a similar way that it must be unfolding in front of you as a viewer. You know? So I'm gonna kind of build some details here. You know, something like that. And try not to pick up my pencil, but sometimes, from time to time, it can make the marks a little more interesting if maybe you pull your pencil up a little bit. Alright, so let's find our eraser here and start finding some highlights. Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, please be sure and subscribe. Like the stream so more people come see it. If you like the stream, it'll go to YouTube's homepage, or it'll push it to more people's vertical streams if they're at home swiping. So please do me a favor and like the stream, sub to the page. If you also use Twitch, we're also on Twitch. If you rather a horizontal stream than a vertical stream, we have all of them. There's another horizontal stream on YouTube if you rather if you want to see my face. Also on Twitch. But like, subscribe, follow, be a friend, be a fan, be a family member. Alright, same game here, y'all. There we go. Digging the eyes. Thanks, Obscura. Flag says I miss my wife tails. What does that mean? You miss your wife tails. What is that? What does that mean? Alright. Are you saying your wife is tails? Alright. Has anybody got any requests? Otherwise, I'm going to move on to some jazz musicians. I know I like to do the jazz musicians. So let's do that. Drawing so many of these. How far do we have to scroll down before we see something we haven't drawn before? Let me see. Let's find something. Okay, this could be fun. Okay, let's do this one. Are any of you musicians? Do any of you play any instruments? Pencils is dying, but that's just a fun little battle we're gonna have to fight with. Might make the whole scenario a little more interesting, maybe, because okay, there's some foreshortening here on this guitar. Okay, something like that, maybe. So that's just a start. Clarinet. Flag plays clarinet. In reference to a funny fan dub of the Sonic Adventure 2. I was right, but you didn't spell Tails with a capital T, so I wasn't quite sure. You got to, you gotta capitalize in the correct places. How will I know? Okay, so maybe that's a hand. Something like that. And again, I'm trying to do this thing where I don't want to judge my drawing at all. I just want to just draw and like have fun drawing rather than judging myself about the drawing. Trying to draw lines that feel like maybe they would be in a signature, you know, that are fun to draw and fun to move my pencil around in certain ways. You know, so instead of being concerned with whether, you know, everything's in the right place or let's just put some lines down in a general area, and if they work, they work, and if they don't, oh well. Oh well. Somebody will just have to get used to it. You know, it's so easy to kind of like really overanalyze and really kind of like try to make everything perfect on everything we do all the time, but like give yourself some opportunities to like not do something perfect. Give yourself some grace and some time to kind of just scribble or make some music or just sing or whatever you do. Take some time to not be too critical of yourself. I'm not your English teacher, Flag, but I am, number one, a writer. We just established that at the top of the stream. That I've been writing since before your little brother was born. And the other thing is, it was hard for me to tell what you were saying in the chat if you don't help me out. All right, so look like these like wearing like this little vest thing here. We got this guitar here, like a headstock. Get this guitar. There's probably there's guitar knobs down here. We need to establish maybe like something like that there. And I know it's probably just looks like chaos, and it is, but like, so so what? It's still pretty fun. Let's say you're like my girlfriend, but she's prettier though. Well, that's good. You mean like she's a stickler about whether you write your English correctly, is what you're saying? She cares about grammar. What's up, Zoxa Cherry? Welcome to the chat. How are you today? Are you an artist? Because we're just doing some automatic drawings, and in this style of drawing, we don't concern ourselves too much about whether the drawing is perfect or not. We just kind of look for a line, we look for a shadow, we look for a highlight, and then we try to draw it. It doesn't have to be in the right place or the wrong place. Color right outside the lines, But let's establish some lines to color outside of, if that makes any sense. So that's what we're doing here. We're just going to find some lines to color outside of. And I'm just going to keep laying down highlights and shadows until eventually, if I'm lucky, maybe we'll see some kind of guy playing guitar here. Oh, we're both nerds? Well, that's fantastic. Fantastique. Let me see what's going on. Does this need to pop out here? Oh, yeah, it does. There we go. Wasn't refreshing on the page. I'm sorry. Moontech. Alright, so let's keep finding some highlights here. Zoxa Cherry, are you an artist? Do you do any kind of drawings? I will ask again. Sorry to beg. I'm not sorry. Subscribe, please. Do me a favor and like the stream. If you sub and like the stream, it'll help grow the community. All right, so I think that's it. I think we finished it. Second drawing of the stream. This is our guitarist. What do y'all think? What do you think? Can I bring this whole window down? Oh, of course not. That would be too convenient. Alright, so let's go look at some details. What do you think? Is it just chaos? Look at the chaos. And it is, even from a distance. But the image really comes together when you have a little distance from you in in the drawing and kind of the style of, let's say, impressionistic or expressive drawing. I think it kind of looks good the further you get away from it. You know what we still can do though? Let's hit a couple darker details here just to kind of give our audience a little something to focus on here. Okay, let's get a. There we go. I can get with that. All right, now I need to stop. I don't want to overwork it. All right. Moving on. All right. Would anybody like to make a request? Alright, let me sharpen these pencils and let's do another one. I think I like drawing guitars best, but alright. Let's try this again. Alright, here's somebody, here's something, here's some stuff here. This one goes down a little further. Something like that. And still not judging my drawing yet here. Let's just get the drawing out before we start getting like judgy with ourselves or, you know. Ooh, House is a good show. You know, like just let it, just have fun drawing sometimes. You know, don't be too concerned with how great it looks. You know, maybe it doesn't. You know, maybe there's something in a scribble and some kind of art that doesn't matter. That, you know, maybe you've tried art before and it didn't work, or you didn't have a nice time, or it was stressful, or you didn't feel like maybe you were good at it. Well, maybe try to do something abstract. Maybe to try to do something that isn't realistic. Like trying to do something that doesn't look like anything. Like you don't, your drawings don't have to look like something, you know? So I would encourage you to, you know, try to draw something that doesn't look like anything and see how you feel, and kind of, instead of looking for a drawing that like looks the perfect way, like try to be more concerned with like, are you having fun when you're doing that drawing, you know? And sometimes for me, and you know, every artist is different and everybody gets to make their own decisions, but sometimes it's more important for me to enjoy myself than it is for the drawing to be perfect, you know? If I'm not enjoying myself, like what's even the point, you know? So I'm just scribbling around here, so let's find some shadows here on our guy. Okay. You'll know it. I see shadows in the picture that I'm looking at online of this saxophone player, and I am following what I see technically, but also I'm not overly concerned. Like if it doesn't have to be all the lines in the right places, like we're just gonna see something on the paper and draw it. And then if it looks like the image I'm looking at, cool. If it doesn't, cool. You know, like it doesn't really matter. Like let's find like a happy spot between stressing myself out to draw something perfect and just kind of like having fun being expressive with art, you know? And try that, you know, if you're making art, I'm sure like all of us, you trying to make a perfect drawing or something that looks great or that's super impressive or that's realistic or I mean I don't know what everybody's intention are, but I know generally, you know, we can put a lot of pressure on ourselves when it comes to making art, and yet, but you don't have to. You know, there's so many things in your life where, um, you have to keep that pressure up, and the pressure is important, or like the things are deserving of stress. But like, if you're just making art, um, let the stress go. You know, there's no sense in stressing about it. You only try to use the art to just like have a nice time. You know, and instead of asking yourself, is this the right proportions? Are these the right colors? Ask yourself, am I having a good time? You know? And I'll often say that, like, you know, that feeling of writing your signature, like when you write your name so many times that it becomes fun to write your name. You know, there's a way in drawing where, like, just focus on the quality of the lines. Have fun drawing lines that you enjoy drawing. So instead of focusing on like the proportions or the realism, focus on the line quality. How many different kind of lines do I have? How many different kind of shadows do I have? You know, and it's not that you're not trying anymore. You're not trying to make great art. It's just it's a different kind of method. It's a different kind of process. But I like to think if you're having fun, that the person looking at your art is gonna have fun looking at it, you know? And if you're stressed out while you're making the art, then maybe the person looking at your art is also gonna be stressed out, you know? And let's kind of like add some more relaxation into the world, you know? Does that make any sense? What's up, Lily Not Yours? Welcome to the chat. Be sure and like and follow, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Let's put some brighter highlights on this fella. And then I think we can move on. Yeah, see those gum erasers that I use, they don't leave any of this eraser dust behind, you know? And it can be a pain in the ass, you know? But yeah, like remind yourself that art is supposed to be fun. You know, you're supposed to love doing it. If you're stressing out about it, like let's reassess what we're doing, what decisions we're making, you know? There's so many things that you can be stressed out about. Let it not be art. You know, don't let it be art. Oops. Sorry about that. So many things you could be stressed about. Don't let it be art. You know? You subscribe. Thank you, Lily. What's up, different me? Welcome to the chat. Lily, are you an artist? Different me. Are you an artist? And Lily, thank you for being subscribed. This is a different angle. What you mean? Because I bumped it, or because you've been watching on a different stream? Are you from one of the other streams? Different me? Oh, look, somebody's in the house to say poop. What's up, Martyr? Poop to you too. Welcome to the jam, my man. My guy, my gal, my non-binary pal. Oh, look, we got Flag Night Star over here on the vertical. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How we doing here? Yeah, if you are on the vertical, please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a subscribe. The more you like the stream, the more people that like the vertical, the more it pushes it into the algorithm. The more artists we'll have here to chat with us. So I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It's a pretty big, ambitious goal, but it's what we doing. So how long have we been streaming for? Okay, so we got 15 more minutes. We can get through 1 or 2 more drawings. Flag is still in here vibing with us. All right, so let's do another face this time. Oh, stepped on the tripod again. Okay. Okay. What do y'all think? Huh. What do we think? He's been taken out, back, and disposed of. The martyr has? Oh, that's not fair. He was just being fun and funny. Welcome to the chat, martyr. Poop to you. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a little bit of a ways to get there, right? One sub at a time, baby. That's all it is. So yeah, you see while I'm in here, like, hey, y'all, sub, because bruh, I got a long ways to go to get to 1,000. So be sure you go sub. Do you have 2 YouTube accounts? If that's the case, maybe you could sub twice. You know, you ever thought about that? Okay, see, when I'm doing these faces, I'm not looking at anything now. I'm kind of like actively kind of like not focusing too much on what's happening. Try to focus more on, like I said, just having a nice time and hoping that somehow like my creative instincts do something for me. All right, so now what we'll do is let's add some darker darks real quick. I think we need to like really bring up some of this stuff. And I always kind of emphasize a pupil here, and then a tear duct, and then like the outside of the edge of the eye, if that's what you want. And then because she's effeminate, I might imply a eyelash here and here, something like that here. Let's add some darkness in which might be a nostril, and then in between where her lips part, below her bottom lip. You know, we're just finding some darker areas. And still not trying to judge it too much. Just kind of have fun putting some interesting lines together. Alright, so let's do some smudging here. Smudging always stresses me out. You know, just when I thought I liked the drawing, I smudge it and it completely changes. You know? which can be kind of stressful, you know. But here, you gotta like that's part of the art lesson is like sometimes following a process and not necessarily controlling everything, you know. We're in a world where we can't have control of everything all the time around us, you know. So if you can make some art where you can give up a little bit of control, you know, you can learn in life to live through situations that you don't completely control, you know. You can learn to move through a world successfully and happily, if you can figure out and understand like, hey, I don't have to control everything to really express myself. I don't have to control every moment to really be myself, because you're not going to be able to. And I think sometimes if we can make art in a way that you kind of give up a little bit of control and you just kind of like let life make some decisions and let it kind of unfold in an organic fashion, that maybe we can carry that into our life, you know, into our lives. And that way when something comes up that in a situation where we can't control it, we might say, hey, you know, I've been here before, I thrive here because this feeling, this frustration, this kind of lack of control feels like something I've practiced. And because you've practiced it, you know, when those situations come up in other places in life, you'll be prepared. You know, sometimes people say art is therapy, and that's the way that art is therapy. Is that, you know, there's lessons that you can learn from art that translate into the rest of the parts of your life. You know. And because I do think this may be the last drawing of the evening, I want to tell y'all, Flag, Lily, Peanut, Obscura, Different Me, Amelia, User, Megan, Moonfleck. I want y'all to remember that you're going to deal with conflicts in your life constantly. You know, it might be from school, might be from work, might just be conflicts that you're dealing with yourself, you know, with maybe you're having a health conflict or maybe some kind of mental conflict. Life can be tough on the easiest of days sometimes, you know. And I just want to encourage you to give yourself some grace in those times. And remember that when you do deal with conflict and things like that do arise in your life, that you have a superpower as an artist. You can take all that negative energy and you can channel it into something positive. So you can channel it into a drawing or a video game program, or you can channel it into Different Me says, I have a conflict, I have scoliosis. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry. You know, I have back pain too sometimes, and I also not. Flag says sometimes she also is dealing with scoliosis. But we deal with conflicts in our life. It could be, you know, within yourself, within your body, mental health, physical health. It could be conflicts at work. It could be conflicts with your family, conflicts with school. You know, could be a mental health conflict, some kind of crisis you're dealing with personally. I'm going to show you some details while I'm talking, but I want you to know that you're a superhero. Okay, and you have an inherent skill, you have an inherent superpower where you can take something negative, something sad, something depressive, something that's hurting you, and you can transform it into something positive. You can, so next time you're dealing with conflict or you're dealing with negativity in your life, don't forget that you are a human who has the gift of creativity, and it doesn't have to be pretty. Try to draw something ugly. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be wonderful. It could be terrible. Draw something unpleasant on purpose. It doesn't have to be perfect. Draw it to express yourself. So when you're having a bad day, or you're dealing with a conflict, or you're dealing with some kind of your life, don't forget that you have a superpower, and that you can take negativity and you can transform it into something positive. And I want you to do that. And when you do that, people are going to see you're talented. They're going to see that you're trying to give to the world in a positive way. They'll see you transforming negativity into positivity, and they'll want to do it too. And in the long run, we'll each individually make things a little bit better for everybody by using that talent, that super power that we have. So don't forget, you're a superpower. When you deal with conflict, don't take it out on your family. Don't take it out on your drywall. Don't take it out on your friends. Don't take it out on your family. Don't take it out on your community. Take it out on art. When you're having a bad time, when you're having a bad day, when you're dealing with conflict, if you're feeling bad mentally, if you're feeling bad physically, just get it off your chest. It doesn't have to be great art. You don't have to make the prettiest thing, a realistic thing. It doesn't have to be a wonderful, it doesn't have to be the best. Take some time, give yourself some grace, write a story about it, draw a picture about it, write a film about it, design a video game about it, go do some physical exercise about it. Transform that negativity into something positive and share that with the world. Different Me says, I'm a little stupid and don't know what to say. Well, that's fine. So are we all. Flex says, my spine is a fun S-curve, front to back, and a Z from left to right. Nice. Well, there you go. That's a creative self-expression in itself. All right, y'all. If you haven't heard it recently, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're becoming a better artist and a better person every day. Keep that shit up. Keep it up. And don't forget, don't take it out on yourself. Don't take it out on yourself. Do not take it out on yourself. Take it out on art. Take it out on art. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for being here. Like, subscribe, follow. All the rest is the best. You'll get a little view of the of what the other stream looks like. All right, gang. We'll see y'all next time. All right.